Grand rising, everyone. It is Wednesday, September the 11th, 2024. How are you doing today? My name is Lakeisha LeGrand. I am the host of Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesday. Woo! How's it going? How's it going, everyone?
More money, more money, more money.
More money. We're in the middle of the week, okay? And you know what's so amazing about that? We got more days of
She want me to talk on her show.
preparation. And, you know, that is awesome. So, I know everybody's probably still hyped. I don't want to talk a lot about the presidential debate yesterday.
Okay.
Ooh, that was interesting.
Oh my God.
Very, 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 very interesting. Yeah. So I thank you so much for tuning in today. You could be doing this. So I really appreciate you all for the support and everything. And so I have some good information that I would love to share with you today. So everyone knows that I love to start off the show with a billionaire success story. So our success story today is Samuel Truitt Cathy is the billionaire owner and founder of Chick-fil-A. His father was a farmer. His farming business failed in the wake of a boll weevil attack on the cotton fields. As a result of this failure, at the age of 3, Cathy and his family moved to Atlanta. Cathy's father began to sell insurance. He was unable to make a decent living selling insurance, so he began to take in boarders. They kept 2 or 3 boarders to a room. They would provide them with 2 meals a day, all for $1 rent a day. The house typically had 7 to 8 boarders at a time. Add to this number, Cathy has 2 brothers, 4 sisters, and 2 parents. And you have slum-like crowding with a single bathroom. Growing up in the boarding house taught me hard work and the value of diligent labor. At the age of 8, Cathy began buying 6 packs of Coca-Cola for 25 cents and then selling individual bottles from door to door for 5 cents each. Oh, yeah, 5 cents each. At age 11, he began helping a friend with the newspaper route. At the age of 12, he was awarded his own paper route. He and his brother won several awards for signing up customers to the Atlanta Journal newspaper. In high school, Cathy read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. This changed his life and taught him that he could do anything he put his mind to. Cathy was drafted into the Army after high school and was honorably discharged after he developed a skin allergy. He and his brother were offered jobs as managers by a local restaurant franchisor who promised them that they would be given their own restaurant after their training. He broke his promise, and this inspired Cathy and his brother to open their own restaurant. They used all of their personal savings and took out a bank loan to start their own restaurant business. Cathy's brother tragically died. Cathy continued his dream and opened 2 more restaurants before he developed the concept of Chick-fil-A. There are now more than 1,950 locations in 31 states. Cathy was a Christian businessman and built his company on biblical principles. His stores all closed on Sundays and Christmas. He was also a huge giver and philanthropist. He awarded millions of dollars in scholarships to young people and was a multi-millionaire philanthropist. Today, Kathy's children carry on their father's philanthropic efforts and continue to follow those same biblical principles. I am declaring that everyone on this call is a success story.
Ashe. I agree.
Yes. You know, one thing about these stories, it lets you know that you have to keep on pushing. You can't give up. You know, everybody hasn't been given a silver spoon where they can just automatically be successful. So, you know, everybody is given time and chance if they stay in the game. Stay in the game. Stay in the game. And you know, and don't give up, and being diligent and having a successful routine, and you know, being disciplined. Okay, so that was very interesting about the Chick-fil-A. Do anybody? I've never been to a Chick-fil-A before. Have you all?
Yes, I have. One
I
time.
I heard that the service, people like the service. You know, I don't know. Is it fast service or you know?
I've gone to a Chick-fil-A, not to eat particularly, but my grandchildren loved it because I don't eat chicken, and they don't really have a lot of options if you don't eat chicken, of course. So there always have typically a lot of people. People love Chick-fil-A. I think God has blessed the business. They don't open up on Sundays. They seem to be very fair with their employees, and people just love the recipe. My grandson, he came here for the summer, and he visited from Georgia, and I had to take him to Chick-fil-A among a lot of other places that he desired. So people love it, and they love the Lord. They honor God, and they close on Sunday. Yeah. That's what I know about it. That's all I know about it.
Welcome, Shirley. Was you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say they have the greatest fries. Love the fries.
They have the greatest fries. Ooh,
I love the fries.
So you eat Chick-fil-A?
Yes, I do too. Welcome, Shirley. Welcome,
Okay.
Star. Sharonda.
Yes, you want so chicken.
Thank you so much for stopping in today. Okay, so I have a dynamic person today as our guest. I call her Millionaire Mason, but her name is Stephanie Mason, and she has been my partner for over 15 years. And one of the reasons why I love her so much and what we have in common is that we love helping people and love doing the right thing and treating people with respect and explaining the complex terminology or the complexity of like Medicare and different life insurance. We're able to share that information in a language that they can understand. Okay. And so we've been very, very successful. I know I have over 1,000 clients throughout the years. I'm sure she may have doubled that. She is, very professional. She's very aggressive also because she's so passionate about helping people and making sure that we protect their income. Are you saying something, Steph? I mean, Stacy, you on mute when you speak? No. Okay. So I would like to introduce this fine young lady. She's so multi-talented in different areas. She also is a dynamic singer. Any opportunity I can get to go to one of her events, I try my best to show up. She's dynamic. She's also a minister. She's also a life insurance agent, a Medicare insurance agent. She's also in real estate. Okay. So we're going to bring some good information to you today. So welcome, Millionaire Mason.
Good morning. Good morning. That was a lot. Good morning to everyone, all you beautiful sisters. I hope perhaps gentlemen on the line. Thank you to you all for allowing me to come on and share a little bit about us, a few things that I know of. Welcome to my home. Just really, really excited and glad to be here. Definitely want to thank God for another beautiful day, another opportunity to feel the love coming through your screen. I feel it. Y'all sprinkling love. I'm so happy to be here with you. Very, very excited. So again, thank you very much.
So one of the things I really want to talk about a lot of things today. One of the things that was really puzzling to me is over the holiday, I hadn't seen my family members, my nieces and nephews for a while. A lot of my nieces and nephews from my brothers live in Canada, so we don't get a chance to see them that often. But they come over here, pretty well. I don't get a chance to see them that often. He does. So one of the things that bothered me is that we really have to make sure that we are educating and talking to the youth.
Amen.
We have to really talk to them about the youth, talk to them about finances, what to do with their money, when they get their paycheck, making sure things are in order. So it really bothered me tremendously when I found out that one of my nieces, 20 years old, I think she's around 20 years old, gambling. That's what she do with her paycheck. Gambling. Like, and then sometimes they won't listen to the parents. So we need to have these conversations with our nieces, with our nephews, with our own children, our grandchildren, because sometimes if they're not hearing it from you, then maybe we need to include somebody else because they may be able to receive it coming from me, opposed to coming from her mom. And I just really was very disturbing. So we had a little conversation. It confirmed that, either monthly, once a month, or quarterly, we're going to do Zooms or something to be able to educate them about what they need to do with their money. You starting off life, about purchasing a car, your first home. I mean, it's a lot of dynamics that need to be discussed amongst our young people. They are our future. And so sometimes the conversations are very uncomfortable, especially when you're talking about life insurance, different things like that. But it's a subject that us as African Americans need to talk about. Financial literacy is very, 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 very important. Another thing, because, Warren Buffett talks about 7 things people waste their money on, and that was one of them is gambling. I remember him saying that gambling is one of the things that is not conducive to you building wealth. He didn't say don't do it, but he was like, typically if you do it often, you're setting yourself up for failure. Renting. Sometimes it's better than go ahead starting off buying a house right off the bat when you're, when you are actually building. Stephanie is a real estate agent, and if you're going to buy a home or maybe think about commercial properties, buying something that's going to be an asset to you, not a liability, because when you buying a home, you're not actually making money off of that home, not your primary residence. So Stephanie is a real estate agent. I would like to talk about the different programs and different things that are out because Sharonda was talking about NACA a couple weeks ago. And so Stephanie, go ahead and tell us about what's going on when it comes to real estate.
Well, when you mentioned renting, well, first of all, you talk about gambling young people, so I want to touch on that just a little bit. I think that we definitely got to give them an opportunity to grow and to learn. So their successes and failures going to make sure that happens. But we also can give them more information about more resources in terms of people that become addicted to such a thing. So she's gambling her paycheck every week or 2 weeks, however she get paid. She's probably got some issue right there. And so she needs to find out, maybe be connected to some counselors that specialize in that area that can kind of probably help her look into herself and see why did she start anyway, and then why does she continue, and maybe she can fix that. In terms of young people, I'm definitely an advocate for young people. I love children. I love young people, whether I know them or not, and I'm always doing my best to teach at this age. My goal is to teach. My goal is to sacrifice and to teach. So I'm definitely an advocate for young people. So as it relates to real estate, renting does have a place in our portfolio. When we're first getting started, I agree with him, because you can possibly only rent based on your income, what you have, what you bring in every month on your own. Of course, we're not talking about people that have wealthy families, that support their lifestyle. But for some of us, like myself, who had to grow everything on my own, okay, I had to start renting, and then there are a lot of programs, some that's been around a long time, such as the Section 8 program. That's still a good program, whether you have children or not. It's based on your income. So that's something to look into for somebody that's renting. Renting has its place in terms of if you're moving from one place to another, you're trying to figure it out. Yeah, rent. But for me, at a certain point, I feel like we need to get into ownership. And once you get a stable job, okay, you've been working 2 years or longer, you've been very conscious of your credit score, and you're in a good position. Some people can do 540, 560. Some people can get you there. Of course, you're gonna have a higher interest rate, but if you look at, I don't really worry as much about interest rates when you're getting started, or if it's something you got to do. Because if you've been renting, think about all the equity, all the money that you've given to somebody else over the years. Okay, take the amount of monthly income, that the monthly rent that you've paid, multiply it by the years, and see the amount of money that you've actually given to somebody else. And that's okay when you have to do that. I had to do that. I had 5 children. So for a long time, I had to do that, of course, Keisha, until you and I both purchased our home from the same investor. So Keisha is always helping us. Okay, she started and she led the way on that end. So I followed suit, and I was able to purchase a home that I'm in right now. It's been about 15 years ago. My house is paid off, and not that it was a small feat. It's just that we paid a lot to do what we needed to do. Okay, and that mind the investor, in terms of, we're talking about interest rate, and I'm just being a little bit transparent. My interest rate was 11%, because he was an investor. It wasn't a FHA. It wasn't a VA loan. It wasn't a government-backed loan of Fannie Mae. So if you go in terms of investments and investors, you need to be careful how you finance that investment. So we're talking about purchasing. That's why it's great to get into programs like NACA. That's a neighborhood corporation. I do have a phone number. Let me see if I can find it. They'll help pay your closing costs. They'll give you they'll educate you on home buying. Because when you're renting, you just pay your rent and go. Some people don't even have to pay utilities, but they're willing to educate people on that. So if anybody want to write down, well, I thought I had the number. I think Keisha does have it, but it isn't. I don't know why it's not, I mean, I have it in my phone, but I don't have the actual number. I must have started writing it and messed it up or some kind of way. I don't know, but it's the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. You can look it up on the internet. It's easy to find. There's an office right here in Detroit. They'll give you housing counselors to assist you the whole way. They won't let you do it alone if you're unfamiliar with the purchasing process. You also have City of Detroit. Sometimes, as soon as the money will be funded again, they're giving up to $25,000 towards your closing costs for a home buying program. Last time I checked, they had not been funded yet. You also got Christian Financial was giving over $5 million, and it's a minority-based program. I haven't heard anything about it. anything about it. I was blessed to read it somewhere, and I don't know. We got to spread the word as greatly as we can, because they're giving up to $25,000, and it's a minority-based program. They know what our issues are, and they're willing to put this program together to help us and make sure we can increase our home ownership. I believe that's a residential program. As it relates to commercial, and we're talking about investments, you're talking about investments. That's a whole nother ball game. But there are lenders who definitely loan you money towards your investments for commercial property. Somebody want to open up a church or building a daycare. We do have some people that we use. She put the information in the chat, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So you do have loan officers and companies that loan you money, for that. You want to be cautious as to what you're doing, how you're using it, because those hard money loans will get you. The way I purchased my home, that's like a hard money loan. He charged me 11%. That's the most Michigan would allow him to charge. Had there not been a cap, he could have did 25%. So when you start going to commercial, that's residential. When you start going to commercial, those lines are really gray. They can do just about anything they want. So you want to make sure, if you do go into investments, that you have your lawyer, have someone that can look over your documents, have someone that can help you to make sure that you're doing a safe investment, so that you don't really mess yourself up. You don't want to do that.
Oh, may I please speak on that?
Yes.
So that's one of the things when I am talking to my customers and some of my clients. See, that's one of the main mistakes, that we do not have our partners set up, especially if you have a business. Everyone should have a good accountant as well as a lawyer. Like, on your team, whether you have a business or you do not have a business, you always want to have that in place. Some people say, well, they can't really afford a lawyer, but they do have legal shields. They do have that. I've been having that for years to cover, God forbid, if my children do something that they don't have no business doing, or they get caught up in some information. I want to be able to help my children. So they will include the people that's in your household. I always wanted to make sure that they have, because you just never know. You could be the best mother that you can, but you have influences, outside influences, the people who they hang with, things could happen. And so, you documents come across your desk. Don't act like you understand if you really don't understand it. Have somebody professional to do it for you, to look over it, to explain it to you. I'm not going to try to act like that's my area of expertise when it comes to certain contracts, because it's not. You do yourself more good by investing. I think it's like $19 or $29 a month for you to include your own self as well as your business. We can't say that we want to start. We got to be serious about, we're talking about we're having a business. Okay, if you're having a business, then we need to do it with excellence, and we need to do it in order, because there are people, children, our relatives that want to follow suit, but we don't know how to do it the correct way. So we have a responsibility as business owners to do business the correct way, so that we can educate them and making sure they are conducting their business the correct way. Always have a lawyer, always have an accountant to make sure that you are doing your accounting correctly. Even when I was young, I was like 24, 25 years of age, somewhere around on my first restaurant. I didn't know anything about restaurants. I didn't know anything, but I did the research. We talked about that yesterday on the Grand Rising Elizabeth. Doing your research, being strategic, having a plan, be intentional about what are you doing? What's the purpose of you owning a business? Like, it's time to get serious. And how we're going to execute so always have that's your team, that's your immediate team. I feel like you should meet with your lawyer, or your at least maybe every 6 months, every 6 months or once a year to make sure are you doing everything appropriately. During the pandemic, they have all of these different grants and loan grants that they were giving out. And a lot of people were not able to get these grants because they were not filing their taxes. You're a business person. You want people to take you serious. You want these loans. You want these different grants. Okay, you have to show up as a professional business person. They want to trust you with their funds and you're not even filing your taxes. How are they going they're going to trust you with the funds? And you don't even have you're not filing your taxes. And I know that most people feel like if they did not make any money, why did they make any money? I've heard that so many times, but you're still supposed to file your taxes, even if you didn't make any money. They don't even expect you to have made any money. Really, the first 5 years, they're not even expecting you to actually be profitable. Because then when you starting your business, you constantly just putting money into your business. So they don't expect you to. So please file your taxes. If you know any young people that have a business, we have to have that conversation with them. We have to have that conversation with them. Okay.
Yeah, I think people don't understand when they file their taxes, they're actually being transparent with the person that they want to borrow money from. They don't know you. So you got to give them some type of document, some type of segue into your business life. What do you have, going on? And like you said, they'll be willing to work with you. And one thing you've always said, Keisha, that I agree with, that being successful is not a solo act. You got to put your partners together. You got to put all your people in place so that you have some people that can work with you to help you reach the goal that you set for yourself.
Yeah, it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. Like we have to be able to come together as a unit. And I feel like we're getting better and better. We're becoming more awakened. People are becoming more conscious of what's going on. Financial literacy is just very important. That's something that is part of your personal development on working on areas where you can improve, improve on yourself. I'm not saying you have to know every aspect of your business, but you should at least know the basics. So when you hiring someone, you can kind of know whether or not they actually will be an asset or not, and because there's so many people out here that say, oh yeah, I could do that, oh I could do this, oh yeah, I know how to do, and they really don't. At least if you know the basics, you can know whether or not, you can save yourself a whole lot of money a lot quicker if you know, okay, I don't think they really, they really know what they're doing. So that was another program, the NACA, that our Elizabeth Sharonda talked about. She has a telephone number. It's on the flyer she has. So the phone number is actually in the chat if anyone wants to get that information. Also, there was another program, Stephanie, you were helping one of my clients with.
That's the program through the Christian Financial Credit Union. They have several locations. They're giving $25,000 towards your closing costs. You can end up coming to the table with virtually almost no money, maybe $500. They're helping with first time home buyer. And you could have purchased a house before, but if it's been longer than 5 years, I think you also can fall up under that umbrella as well. So I recommend an individual going to the branch, because I did fill out that form and I had not heard from anyone. So I think we'll be more successful to take some time and go into the branch and apply and do your research to find out that's a good fit for you. I do want to give a shout out to my broker on the real estate side, Joyce Payne Shackelford from Trillion Realty. I want to shout her name out this morning. Yeah, thank you for that.
Awesome. So there's another program someone had mentioned. So I'm going to get more information about a program that will help with housing. Now, Stephanie, one of my clients, she wants assistance in selling her home. What is your take on that, on helping people? She wants to sell her home. She has a home that was handed down to her. And then she wants to take that home and sell it and then purchase another home.
Okay, one thing I want to say is I want to just make a statement during the debate last evening. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke about making sure they're going to be able to give Americans $25,000 towards closing costs to buy a home. So that may become some type of American standard. I don't know, but just keep our eye on that. And as far as your young lady that was given the property, inheriting the property, was given the property as a gift, that's an awesome opportunity. It's best, in my opinion, if they're not an individual that's into real estate, is to get them a real estate agent, because a real estate agent has the knowledge about this industry, as well as platforms where they can put your property. If it's not in an area that's really in demand, it's really, really good to have an agent, because she can put you on an MLS, come in, take pictures, come in and actually look at the property, make an assessment of the property, do the financial analysis of what's sold in your area, to kind of give you a realistic idea of how much money your property is worth. You have to set aside your feelings about the property. Maybe you have some emotions attached to the house, but you have to set that aside and really look at what the reality financially, what you can actually get for the property. Sometimes people list the property too high. It's not going to sell. That's why you see properties on the market for over 300 days. So really getting with a real estate agent and use their knowledge, pick their brain. They'll help you position yourself. We have booklets that we give to our clients, 101 ways to get your property ready to sell. So for her, I would sit down with them and find out how soon. Is this something they need to do fast? It's something that she can wait. We can get the house, maybe if it needs repair, kind of like look at it, make an assessment, get that property up a little bit if that's the case. And then so she can get a higher dollar value for the house. If they're in a situation where perhaps they don't have the money to fix it, then we can just let her know what she can possibly sell a house for based on its current state. And then what we do also is make sure I would connect this young lady and connect this young lady to ways of getting her getting finances if she wants to buy something. I think this person wanted to buy something as well. Not only does she want to sell, but she wants to buy. So we're going back to the first point. So we would just figure out, in certain neighborhoods, we don't put up signs because there's a lot of vandalism. So we make an assessment of that. If it's that neighborhood, we'd be real cautious about lock boxes. We've been having a lot of issues in certain neighborhoods of vandalism. So we'd be very, very careful about that. And we'll take pictures. We'll put the property up on an MLS, and the MLS is shared with many other boards across the state. So you get more eyes on your property when you partner with a real estate agent. You get the professional advice, as well as you can get more eyes on your property. I had one that we listed about 3 weeks ago, and it was kind of slow coming in, the responses, but the lady came in on that Saturday and put the offer in on Monday. By Wednesday, all our docs were in, and it just went really quickly. We'll be closing really soon on that particular property. So getting with an agent, real estate agent, I would recommend you consider that, unless you have knowledge of your own and you know how to do this for yourself.
Mm.
And as it relates to purchasing, because this is when she wanted to purchase a property. So then I would sit down with her and find out, what does she want? Does she want a brick? Does she want a colonial? Does she want a ranch? Does it matter about a garage? That kind of thing. I'll find out what she wants. Just make sure that we find out what her finances are. What is the dollar amount that she wants to buy? Does she have a specific area that she wants to live in? And then we'll go from there, and I'll start getting her email and start shooting up some properties based on the criteria that she's looking for a purchase.
So you definitely want to assess your finances to make sure if this is a route that you want to go, because establishing passive income is very important, and really have some type of strategic plan about what it is that you want. You know, look at where you see yourself in the next 5 years, next 10 years, you know, set up some goals. If you're already starting off in debt, then you know you may want to, because there's always a way out. Like it's always a way out. It's just about taking the time out to plan what you want to do and how you want to do it, and at what age and what year do you want to start purchasing your home, or how long do you want to rent. Like what is your plan? You could do anything when it comes to planning.
One great thing about America, I think we always have an opportunity. Let's, like you said, if you have an issue, it doesn't matter what age you are, whatever it is we decide that we want to do. Like you said, lay out your plan, work the plan, find out if there's any issues. Let's acknowledge those issues and just work on them one at a time. And eventually you'll be able to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish, you know, in anything that we're doing. I really believe that.
Yes.
And now is the time to invest, and especially in the Michigan market, Detroit area market. It's an awesome time to invest. You can go through the land bank. That's something else we didn't talk about. The land bank. The land bank is an opportunity to purchase properties at a reasonable amount. However, just know that you either have to come out of pocket for the repairs, or know how to hold on to that property for a certain amount of time so that you can get a loan through your bank or sometime a hard money lender so you can purchase, repair that property. So it may be to our advantage not to get one for $2,500. You know, maybe you want to get one for 10 or 15 or 20 where it's not in such bad shape. You can just maybe do less work and go ahead and get a renter in there. And also for some people who are thinking about purchasing, maybe you may consider going ahead and get a multi-family unit. You can live in one side and you can rent out the other side, and that tenant will help you even pay for your property if you're doing it with some type of loan. But there are a lot of properties out here that's affordable to pay for cash if you're in a position to pay for cash. And we're definitely willing to walk everyone through whichever situation is best for them, you know, at the time. But now is definitely the time to invest. Real estate is going to be one of your fastest ways to make money. It's right, you know, that to me right there, you know, something that you just really got to do. The properties are moving so fast. I don't know if you've been driving around like I have, certain neighborhoods, you can hardly find anything available anymore. But we can definitely help you find what you're looking for, and help you reach those goals in terms of investing, or a perfect place that you want to live in.
Yes. Welcome, Sister Deetra, Lolly, Zoom user, Jeanette. Thank you so much. Sandra Mack, thank you for coming on. For those who just came on, we were talking about home purchases, programs that they have out here to help you to purchase homes. I know that some of you are into home health care. So they want to purchase a home, possibly to do the home health care. So there's programs and different things that's, you know, that's out here, different programs to maybe, you know, think about. Also, I want to touch on life insurance.
Oh, in case before you go there, I want to make sure I remember to tell them, make sure you check with your city, you know, your city council. Sometimes they have programs where they have grants available. A lot of times for rehabilitation of a property, and usually is residential. So you want to check with your city council, whatever city that you're in, find out what kind of grants are available through the city, through the state. You know, there's a lot of things available. If you're a senior, find out what they have available for seniors. A lot of things out here. I don't have all the details this time, but just some ways of things that you can look into your research.
Okay, Stacy has a question. Hey, Stacy.
Hi. I wanted to know what the current interest rates are for first-time home buyers and or people who are looking to invest.
Well, I know the interest rates came down, and I'm not a lender at this time, but I know the interest rates came down a little bit below 7%. But your interest rate is going to vary based on the individual's credit score. If a person has his credit score of 700 or 8 or more, of course, they're gonna get the lower rate. If your interest rate is, if your credit score is lower in the low, mid sixes, the high fives, you're gonna have a higher interest rate. So those are questions that we probably can get a lender on the line, and maybe you guys can invite them to let you know what's current in the market, and they would have a wealth of information in terms of programs that are available as well. But I know the interest rate did drop. They do expect the interest rate to drop again, maybe by October, November. And I think we're gonna see a lot of buying around the new year. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
so
hope that helped a little bit.
for someone who wants to purchase income property, are they still requiring a large down payment for that, or to pay it in full?
Well, that's a good question. Right now, I talked to someone a couple of days ago for myself, but this was for a $500,000 property. So they were asking 20%. Of course, at that dollar amount, I would have to be prepared to put down $100,000. So basically, but there is a program that I do know of that would allow you to put down 5%, and that could be on a residential up to 4 units. And I have somebody for you for that. If you want to talk to the lender, let me see if I can find.
And one thing, I love studying millionaires and billionaires. And one of the things that they have in common, they do have some sort of real estate within their portfolio. So that is something that, eventually we need to look at. Success leaves clues. I'm a big person, like advocate for, if you have a business, anything that you want to do, it's so much information that's out here that someone that is doing the exact same thing or close or similar to what it is that you want to pursue. And so you look at them, your competitors. I think you should look at least 5 different organizations or people that's doing what you would like to do, and then see what they're doing, see their success or mistakes that they may have made, and then because success leaves clues, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. So follow suit. Like I look at all big businesses, especially in the area of Natural Living by Design, which I am one of the proud owners of Natural Living by Design, which is a health and wellness company. So I look at my competition, since my flagship product is our natural deodorant. Guess what? I'm looking at all of these other big guru companies that how they're doing with their sales and how they're marketing their deodorant. Yes, Stacy, you have a question?
I want to give you the phone number. Is that okay, Keisha? Can I
Yes, absolutely.
I want to give you the loan officer's phone number. His name is Jim Green. That's what that product I was telling you about, that you can put down 5% and that for your investment property.
Okay.
So he's a loan officer. The phone number is 248 345 3302.
Okay.
So that's 248 345 3302.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We
I,
have
I, I currently have a VA loan on my house that's at 3.2%.
Yeah.
And I want to rent it out or do a Airbnb or something like that, but I can't because it's a VA loan. And I was just wondering what I should do. I thought about maybe just doing I did an amortization. I think you call them the amortization.
Amortization.
Not too long ago, just to see how much money I would have to pay my house off in 5 years. Because before I turn, well, the age that I turn, I want my house paid off in 5 years. That point I'm trying to make. And so I just wish there was some way I could get around this VA and start running this house out now without having such a high interest rate. But I don't see that happening in the near future.
Well, that's why it's really good to speak with someone like Jim. Also, if you'd like to speak to my broker, I recommend you contact her. We can talk to her on the 3 ways if you want to, or contact Joyce. She's pretty good at giving you that type of advice.
What's your real estate company?
Trillion Realty.
Trillion?
Yeah.
I'm on here, Stephanie.
Oh, she's there. Okay.
Welcome, Joyce.
Joyce is
Welcome.
online.
Hi, how are you? Ladies,
We are
beautiful.
all absolutely wonderful and amazing, just like
I
you.
see.
Are you able to come on so we can see you, Joyce?
I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong. I just I just put in the code and stuff she said on this flyer Stephanie sent me. And I don't know. Is there something else I need to do?
Are you on the phone or are you on a
I'm on my computer.
Okay, down at the bottom, you'll
Okay.
see where it says video.
On your left-hand side,
On my left hand side,
the
start
bottom.
video.
Yes,
Allow.
yes.
Okay, y'all. I just came from walking.
Hey, good morning.
Beautiful. How are you? Welcome.
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 Beautiful. Seeing so many beautiful ladies. I love it.
So Joyce, the young lady just asked a question about her situation. She has a VA loan and she can probably just explain it to you really quickly if she wants to online. If not, y'all can take the call offline.
Oh,
You
yeah.
really know how much they would like to, what questions they wanted to ask you.
Okay. She can call me at 248-346-6906.
6906, and your name is Joyce Payne.
Yes, ma'am.
You're also at Trillion?
Yes, ma'am.
She's our operating principal broker.
Oh, okay. I used to be, well, I am a real estate agent, but I need to do my Con Ed. I'm way behind on it.
You way behind. Okay, you know they changed GMAR, so now we're with DAR, and they had a lot of free classes. So I got all mine this year free.
Oh, your Con Ed?
Yes.
Yeah, I usually do it through Namir George.
Okay, that's fine. I like going in as well because I don't like doing it online because it takes too long.
Oh, I just go online and I don't listen to it.
I ain't got to learn that.
I do it, finish it, I take the test.
I ain't got to learn that. I know this stuff.
Right.
I know. That's why I like going to the class, but I went to the classes, so.
Yeah, I used to go to the class just so I could get a free lunch, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, they do. They did have lunch. I thought you're right. They did have a lunch.
I just want to say, I just want to say, wow, there's something else that we don't know about Stacy. Just on our show. That's one thing I love about the Elizabeth, that we are all so talented. We are all elevating. We're growing. And, we have to make a difference. It's not all about us. It's bigger than us. And
Yes.
so all of these talented people with all of this knowledge.
Yeah, I got so bold. I got so bold to where when I got my real estate license, I said, if I can do real estate license, I can do the loan too. Oh, let me do the appraisal. So I had all those under my belt. I was doing loans and everything.
You did appraisals as well?
I did. I didn't get my it was hard for me to find somebody to mentor me. He was so busy, he didn't have time for me. Yeah. So it was very hard. So I never really reached that point. But as far as me doing the loans, I actually had a lady that I did the loan and sold her the house.
Wow. Wow. Joyce, can you tell them about Felix Daniels, the loan officer, and what type of loans he can help them with? Because I know we had that.
He can help them with any kind of loan you need, but he's like usually when you get turned down, he's the one that can help you. Let me get his number for you.
I have his number available here.
Oh, you gave it to him. Okay.
What's his name again?
Felix Daniels.
Felix Daniel. His phone number is 248 990 8845. It's 248 990 8845. And I want to make sure I give you my name and number before we close as well.
Okay.
I'm Stephanie Mason. If anyone would love to call and chat and allow me the opportunity to earn your business, 313-333-4739. I'm Stephanie Mason with Trillion Realty. That's 313 333-4739.
Okay.
Would
And
love
next,
to help you.
next month is going to be credit month again. We're going to get a jump start and we're going to start working on our credit. We're going to get a jump start for 2025. We're going to start working on it. We started on it and some of us didn't follow through, but I am more structured now, and we're going to do one-on-ones. We're going to do some group things on Zoom, but we will also, I'm going to hold you all accountable, and we're going to make some progress. I am working with quite a few people. They're making some progress, but there are some we're going to step up our game. This year was manifest more in 2024. We're going to do that. By the time the end of the year, I am looking forward to hearing the praise reports on all the things that we have truly accomplished this year. For those who don't know, we have been doing the $1 Million Morning Challenge. And the success is in the routine. A lot of times we're not where we're supposed to be. Is we may just need to look at our routine, what our daily routine look like, our weekly routine look like, our monthly routine. Is our routine raggedy or is our routine conducive to what it is that we're trying to do? Now I know some people may say, "Oh, you're doing too much. You're doing too much." My mentor would say, "Only poor people tell you that." It's just all about being organized on what you're doing. Most millionaires and billionaires have multiple businesses, like more than 10. One guy, he used to own real estate downtown, the river, Roberts Hotel or something like that. He had over 73 businesses. 73. So when people are telling you that you're doing too much, look at their income. Because I agree with him. Only poor people tell you that because I do multiple things, and if I did not have multiple streams of income, I don't know how I would have made it. I wouldn't have been able to pay my house off in 7 years if I just had that one stream of income. I wouldn't have. I needed those streams of income, and they came in at the right time. I don't advertise everything that I do, but however, when the opportunity presents itself, after listening, here, have you thought about this? I can help you with this. I can help you with that. I don't advertise everything, but it does, help. So I encourage, um, true wealth only comes through business. And I know I'm repeating myself to Elizabeth. We've been around for a long time, but true wealth only comes through business. Millionaires and billionaires, y'all know I love studying them. What they all have in common, they have a business. They have a business. Ain't no getting around it. They have a business. And it's not, I don't care how old you are, as long as you wake up every day, you have the opportunity to change your situation. You can change your situation. You might not want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, but you might need an extra $1,000 a month, $2,000, $5,000 a month. It can be done. It's not that it's difficult. It's just unfamiliar. And when you step out, you know what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That is so true. Once you get on the journey to being into business, we have an amazing ecosystem here in Detroit, Michigan. I mean, amazing organizations out here for you, minorities, especially women of color. Especially women of color. If you do not start, they can't help you. You gotta at least start. It's about planning. Okay. Well, I don't have the money. It costs $50. Okay. Well, let's plan. What's your plan to get $50? I'm gonna put $5 up this week, or I'm gonna. I mean, it's time out for excuses. You do what you want to do. You know how many seniors that I know that's on a fixed income, but they go to the casino. They go eat. We do what we want to do. Seniors, they be dressed. Okay, we do what we want to do. So if it's really, really, truly important to you, if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to change your life, then it's all about planning. You can do anything if as long as you plan. So we have 3 minutes left. Anybody have any comments? Anything? Lolly, I don't know if you were here at the beginning. I see. Oh, Queen has something. Yes, Queen.
Yeah, I really want to throw this in for this world that's changing and bringing about love and bringing about peace and and bringing about prosperity and health and all of that, right? It is so important that we as colored girls,
Color girl.
colored girls,
Yeah.
that we get our stuff really together now.
Yes.
As Kamala is doing her thing, we need to take advantage of every door that opens and every opportunity and supporting one another as well as being prosperous and really setting out our visions and our dreams because the opportunity is here. And while it is her watch, we want history to go down on what we did with that watch. How many businesses opened in more, how many more successful, and when all these doors open up for us, we want to be in a position. So like what Lakeisha is saying, okay, now we're going to do this credit again, but we're going to do this thing.
Mhm.
And that's what we were all talking about last week, was that, later on for the lollygag now, it's time to really get serious. And our president is counting on us to stand. When she said, that women can do this, it's our time anyway. We've been knowing this for what this is going into our third year. That's what we've been talking about from the very beginning of Elizabeth, was that it was time for the woman to step forward now.
Yep.
And it's not like in the year so and so. Spiritually, this is the will of God, that we step forward in our sensitivity and our love and our unconditional love and our power. We can take a noodle and make a whole meal out of it. For 7 kids, one noodle.
One noodle. We're gonna eat.
Sister Deetra got her hand up. Sister Deetra has her hand up.
Well, greetings all, and thank you for sharing everything that was shared today. I truly value what was received. But I want to throw a little bit of encouragement out there to piggyback on what Queen was talking about. I woke up this morning and I got a message that I received a payment for something in my bank when I woke up. So it happened overnight. I mean, so we can get money while we sleep, honeys. We can do it. Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah. And it's 10 now, but I wanted to say this, that Aaron Lyons made a statement. She said, why don't you just act like money does not exist? And it's all about an exchange. That way we're not caught up in the money. It's just whatever way God answers it.
Right.
So it doesn't, and since I've been thinking so that just doesn't, it was like when I gave up the devil, then you don't have that reason, you don't have any effects of what that is. And just the money, since I gave that up, and then know that it is simply an exchange from one thing to another, and how it shows up is where the value is, how it shows up. So we could barter, we could do this, we could do that, but getting caught up in the power that we give the word money, release it. Release. It's just answered. Like God told me one time, I said, I needed that money, that $10,000 he asked me to give. And he said, if I don't give you favor, it won't matter how much you got.
Amen. 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 That's deep right there. Praise God.
Follow your bliss. I know it's 10, it's 10:02. Follow your bliss. Follow what makes you happy. Follow what excites you.
In every
Don't worry
moment.
about what you don't want or what you don't have. Focus on what you want, what it is that you want to do, and focus on that, and everything else will follow. Stephanie, you're going to be the last person to speak because it's 10:02. I want to be respectful of everyone's.
Thank you again. Please go to my Facebook page, Stephanie Mason. I don't know how y'all gonna find it, but I know I'm in with Keisha some kind of way. I did a video, and please go view that video and share it on your social media so we can reach more people. And my video is encouraging people to vote and for women to stand up and let their voices be heard at the ballot box this year. There's some more historical things coming down the pathway as it relates to our people and as it relates to the Democratic Party, if we're going to stay, if we're going to go, because reparations is now, and now it's time to stand up for that. That's definitely going to be a part of my upcoming platform. So please go to the Facebook, snag that video and share it. God bless you. Call upon me if you need me. Again, I'm a Trillion Realty, 313-333-4739. I'm here as your servant. Give me a call. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
So with that being said, let's end as we always do. Right, drop the mic.
Say drop the mic.
A hug. Tomorrow we will have our amazing Evelyn Pinkert on creativity. Tomorrow, same time. Let's hug the world because the world needs a hug too. And let's sprinkle some love, peace, and happiness
Join
among
us
every
the world.
Yes.
For goodness, all over everybody.
Yes. And thank you all for coming. See most of you tomorrow.
Have a blessed day. Have a blessed
Bye.
day. God bless you.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you so much. Bye now.